The next exercise I'd like you to do together is called Communication Conflict Subjects. And you'll see a number of topics there: money, communication, jealousy, in-laws, sex, careers, compulsive behaviors, etc. And all they are topics which I'm sure you as a couple will have discussed from time to time. And what I'd like you to do is to rate each of those topics from 0 to 10, representing the degree of problems the two of you run into. I guess the heatedness or the ease of discussing these subjects, where 0, quite easy, no problems between us, no conflict, no heat when we discuss that topic, money, right up to 10, the most severe outcome for us, the most severe conflict when we discuss that topic. I want you to do this exercise separate from each other. Each of you score those subject matters 0 to 10. When you've done that, when you've finished, come together and have a conversation about your scores. One will tell the other, in terms of money, I think the level of conflict we run into when we try and talk about any issues relating to money between 0 to 10 is whatever number you've chosen. And the other person likewise. Now please, this lends itself to a lot of conflict because you've got a different view from the other person. Allow the other person the right to choose the number of severity which is right for them. And I don't want you to run into a domestic by actually talking about the talking about. So don't talk about the issues, just score the issues and allow the person to score that at the level that they have chosen. What ideally I'd like you to do is to identify which ones have you scored close to or at 10, whether it's 9 or 10. Which one is the heated topic? Because that's the topic or those topics which we're going to set up to do a role play around that topic later on, when I have equipped you with some better communication skills. We're not going to shy away from the difficult stuff. We're going to go after those key conflict area subject matters, put them through the new skills that I'm going to provide to you, and we're going to use those skills, use those tools to role play those difficult conversations. We'll look at that later on. I'd like you to think about this topic of communication as a bicycle wheel. So you're going to see a picture of a bicycle wheel in the workbook, and the way I'd like you to view it is the hub in the middle of the bicycle wheel is what I call communication. Right there in the middle, the hub. Because coming off the hub are the spokes. And the spokes are the different issues in life. The topics, the subject matters that we have to go after because we need to sort out, resolve those things. And it's the sort of subject matters on that sheet you've just looked at. Money, communication, jealousy, in-laws, children, time together, relaxation, moods. You see, if the hub in the middle, communication, is not working effectively, then you've got no real hope of resolving lots of the issues in your relationship, it's going to be a difficult process. Maybe if I get you to rewind, another way to view it is like a tandem bicycle. A tandem ridden by two people. And I'd like you to picture the two of you on that tandem bicycle trying to get from A to B in your destination. Let's make it a bit more difficult and let's give you wheels on the bicycle which are buckled. They're not straight. Maybe you hit a pothole and both wheels have got buckled. And so as you try and do the journey from A to B, the two of you are pedaling really hard, but it's as if the journey, of course, is so much harder because you're meandering along the road and it's taking so much more effort to get from A to B. I guess you might see where I'm going with that, which is what communication that isn't effective can actually feel like. It's so much harder to get from A to B. So much more effort is being expended by the both of you, pedaling so hard, but the wheel, the direction of the bicycle is meandering like this because the two wheels are buckled. And that's what ineffective communication can feel like. It's really hard to get from A to B in this conversation. Send me a message. It's time to get your relationship back onto a better footing for your future. Let's do some work without shame and bring colour back to life. Send the email, send the message to me, Gary McFarlane, at the Kairos Centre, and let's begin to reclaim your quality of life.